Okay. So in the last two sessions, we were discussing about the overview of Spring Boot along with its module. And yesterday, at the very last, we have seen how to create a Spring Boot application, right? Now let's see what we have to learn after this. So let's first see what we discussed yesterday, right? So at first we discussed about Spring framework, not Spring Boot, just main Spring framework. In that we have seen that it's a comprehensive and open source Java framework which is used to develop end-to-end application, also enterprise application, like all kind of application we can build using Spring. It was developed by Rod Johnson in 2002. They started developing it in 2002. The first version came around March and April. So before Spring, developer were using J2EE, Java 2 Enterprise Edition. But it was very complex to develop because lot of things it has to write, lot of code you have to write, and all those things were there. So that's why Spring was developed by Rod Johnson. The current version of Spring is 6. There are two features of Spring framework that are inversion of control and dependency injection. What is this? Inversion of control and dependency injection. Now what are they? We'll talk about them later. I have shown you a diagram of Spring also, that how Spring will actually communicate with all the units of a full stack application. Something like this. So Spring framework has the ability to communicate to front end, to back end, and to the database as well. So for that particular model, if Spring Boot is communicating with front end part, the web part, so we call that unit as Spring MVC. What we call that unit as Spring MVC, Model View Controller. If Spring is communicating with backend, we call that unit as Spring Core, because Spring itself is used in backend. If Spring is communicating with the databases, then we call that unit as Spring Data JPA. Security is not listed here, but security is a very important concept of Spring. So that comes under the Spring security module. After that, we have seen the architecture of Spring framework, and same is the for Spring Boot also. Generally, Spring Boot is the implementation of Spring framework, right? So this is the architecture of it. If you are able to see here in this, the green color box you can say, or a part you can say, this is one particular module. So in the very bottom before this test, you will be seeing something as core container. What you are seeing here, core container. And in this core container, we will talk about beans, Spring core thing, context thing, and special accession. After this, we will talk about this data access and integration, this particular part. In this JDBC already you know, but I will give you a brief explanation of this. Then ORM, OXM, JMS, and transaction. Then the web layer, in which what is WebSocket, what are servlets, what are portlets, what are web. Generally, you can choose. There are four options, right? In out of all these four, you can choose anyone servlets. So to work with Spring Boot. Then we got AOP unit, aspects, instrumentation, messaging. Security is not there, but security is a module. And at last, testing a application, right? So this is the architecture of minimal architecture, I can say, of Spring Boot. Now, what is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot? So Spring Boot is like an extension to Spring framework. Extension means which will increase the power of Spring, which will increase the power of Spring framework. And it was introduced in 2014 and it was developed by Pivotal team. There was a team under or that is Pivotal team. They developed Spring Boot. Spring Boot is built over the top of Spring framework. What do you mean by over the top? What do you mean by over the top? And why this word is coming here, over the top? Okay, let's change the question. What is Netflix? What is Netflix? OTT platform, right? It's a OTT platform. You know this very well. What is this? What is this? So Netflix is a OTT platform. What is the full form of OTT? Over the top. You don't know? I'm telling you. So if I am talking about Netflix, and not only Netflix, whatever a OTT platform is there, the full form is over the top. You talk about Amazon Prime, you talk about Netflix, or any other particular one. They are OTT platforms, and we call them over the top. So what does it mean by over the top? This is the entire summary of Spring Boot. Over the top. Okay, why we use Netflix? To watch web series, movies, or any particular reality show or variety show. These kind of thing we see. Then we can simply call them YouTube kind of thing. We can simply call them YouTube or video player. Why we are especially calling them Shrikant? Hey Shrikant. So over the top. Why we are actually calling them over the top? They are, we can simply call them video player, video hoster. What is specifically meant by this over the top? Let's say today IPL is starting, right? Who is hosting the IPL? Very sad to sit here, right? For me also. SRK is hosting. Arey wah. Jio Hotstar is hosting IPL, by the way. And Jio Hotstar was previously as Hotstar. So this is also an OTT platform. This is also an OTT platform. Over the top. What does it mean over the top? Amazon Prime, over the top. Netflix, over the top. So let me give you a brief explanation over this particular word, over the top. Over the top is a service approach. What it is? It is a service approach. Service approach means a way of doing service in which services are provided to user at very ease and with minimal cost. Now, let's say you have a subscription of Netflix. How does it cost for 1 year, or like I never purchased it. Anyone? 2000 2599 for 1 year. Okay. 1 year, or we can say rupees 2599 for 1 year. Now, if I am telling you that in that one particular year, 100 movies were released in India and all are available on Netflix. You can watch all 100. After taking this subscription, is there any restriction that no, you have already watched 10 series, now try next year? No. When you are purchasing a subscription, at that time it is opening the wide gates for you that okay, start Netflix today, and till 1 year let it be continue running something and it will run over the top. Now let's say you want to watch 100 movies without taking the subscription. Where you have to go? Generally a movie theater, cinema halls. I'm just taking a normal guess that 100 movies are released and you will watch all. General ticket pricing I'm guessing at 200, 20,000. In 20,000 rupees you can watch 100 movies in 1 year, and the same movie you can watch in 2,590. I don't know the actual price, whatever the actual price is, write that. And along with those 100 movies you can watch other stuff as well if you want. This is called over the top, when services are provided to the user, not by the user, provided to the user at very ease and with minimal cost. Same is like Geo Hotstar. Let's say I am sitting in Hyderabad. I am a very cricket lover person. Generally in India, everyone is cricket lover, right? It's a festival. So, and let's say I support RCB. So, where the match is going on today? In Kolkata. If I want to watch that cricket match, I have to take a flight to Kolkata, right? Go there, purchase a ticket, and it will cost around 10 to 12,000, and which I am seeing free here, right? Geo Hotstar is there, not free, but some other stuff are there because it is free for me. So I am former employee of Hotstar, like Z. So for me it's free. If you are purchasing a plan, let's say 799, 1299, max to max 1499, and you will watch entire IPL, all 60, 70, 80 cricket matches. And there you are watching only one cricket match for 10,000. Here in around 1,500, you will watch IPL with lot of movies as well. Lot of movies are available on Hotstar as well. So this is actually what happens here in over the top. So now you understood what is the meaning of over the top. It means that if you are getting something very easily, let's say whenever I am with my younger brother, we have a habit that whatever team I am supporting, he will support the different team. Just a brother's rift. And it is our habit that we will eat throughout the match. Does don't know what we will eat. And at that time, no one is cooking. We'll order the food, right? Now let's say you want to eat pizza today. Generally, you will not cook it, right? You'll open app of Zomato, Swiggy, McD, Pizza Hut, or anyone. They will get it delivered to you. So what you did? You were not able to cook, so you ordered over the top services. Over the top doesn't mean that Netflix and Amazon Prime only. They are used, this word is used for services that you will get over the top with less cost. Generally in food, the cost is too much, right? If you are ordering food, the cost is too much. This is what we mean by over the top. Now understood, or any issue in this? Over the top. Understood? I will ask question, then if you understood. Then I will ask what you understood. Explain to me. Over the top. So let's go back to the definition of Spring. Spring Boot is built over the top of Spring framework. It means that whatever hard work you were doing in Spring framework, Spring Boot will remove that. That boss, don't worry, I am here. Don't do hard work. Just allow me. I'll do it for you. Understood over the top? In within 10-15 days, I will show you Spring framework as well. And you will literally think when Spring Boot will start. It is that much tough actually. Even the configuration is like that. Then we have seen that we use Spring Boot for RAD, rapid application development. If you want to develop anything very faster, you can do it, right? Features of Spring Boot: auto configuration. In Spring framework, we were doing manual configuration, but here we will do auto configuration. Embedded server, no XML is required. Then these were the some of the comparison between Spring and Spring Boot. And at last we have seen how to create a Spring Boot application, and this is what where we stopped the yesterday's class. And here we are going to start it from right there. If someone asks you, tell one app name, big company which is using Spring Boot for their development. What was my question? See, I don't want to point out you, but you are every time saying, sir, please point out to me. What was my question? For application development itself, product. Infosys is a service-based company. You know this thing, there are two type of companies: product-based companies and service-based companies. You know this or not? What is product-based company? What they do? They will have their own product, right? So Colgate is a product-based company. They have Colgate product, right? Anybody who want to define product-based company? So Colgate is product-based or not? Colgate. Uh, they will hire those who have DSA knowledge. Okay, I know this, but I am asking, Colgate is a product-based company or not? No. Why? They don't ask DSA. Huh? Service-based company also ask DSA, but very less. Arrays. That's it. Yes, girls. What is product-based company? Do you have any favorite company? Okay, I want to work for this organization. Deloitte. Why especially Deloitte? I didn't join it. For me, Amazon. I didn't join Amazon also. Hmm. Why specifically Deloitte? Somebody told you that it's very food is very good in Deloitte, right? Tell me. Somebody told you, right? Your roommate is in Deloitte. If your roommate was in TCS, then TCS. What is this logic? My roommate is in Deloitte. So you are getting influenced by your roommate, huh? Why? What is the specific reason that you want to choose that organization? Okay, what is the work of Deloitte? What Deloitte do? What kind of company Deloitte is? Service based or product based? No. Say product based? Say no. It's a consultancy firm. There are four companies: EY, PwC, L&T, and Deloitte. All these, no, not L&T, PwC, EY, and Deloitte, and one is also there, KPMG and Cognizant. These all are consultancy firm, right? Neither they are service based company nor product based company. They will hire software engineer, but they never comes under service based or product based. Yeah, we call them big four. What I was talking about, forgot. Okay, what I was talking. Steps of like how to create a Spring Boot application. So there are different approaches of doing that. And today we are going to see all the approaches by using which you can create a Spring Boot application and you can run that application. Got it? Approaches to create a Spring Boot application. Then I will tell you how much it is easy to create a Spring Boot application. Then we will create a Spring application, and from Monday onwards we will start our core container that we call as Spring Core. Approaches to create a Spring Boot application. Okay, I was asking, tell me one company name which is using my Spring Boot for its application development. Yesterday only I have shown the tech stack of many companies to you. Out of all, which one was using? Netflix was using or not Spring Boot? Spring Boot was using. Okay. Why Java and Spring Boot are so popular? I was asking a question why you chose Java, right? But you couldn't answer that. Somebody's friend suggested, somebody's brother suggested, like that it was going on. Huh? You said something? I am waiting. If you are saying something, I can ask counter questions to you then. Let me tell you, Java is a fast language, right? Java is a fast language. Why Java is fast? JIT, React, Batch, right? Ah, so you know, I discussed there. Java is a fast language because Java uses JIT compiler. Now, what is this JIT compiler? What is this JIT compiler? You might have information about compiler and interpreter, right? Compiler and interpreter. Out of which one is fast? Compiler or interpreter? Yeah, interpreter is fast. No, compiler is fast. Have you seen this thing? Then how are you saying that compiler is fast? Prove this. Whatever I will teach you, I will prove that. Now you prove this to me why compiler is fast. I am very neutral here. You give your point. If compiler is fast, interpreter is fast. Okay. Have you ever ate chapati? Just a normal question. Have you ever ate? If I am giving you one chapati to eat at one time, or else I am taking 10 in my hand and just pulling those in your mouth, which one is easy? One by one or 10 at a time? Interpreter, right? Okay, I am very neutral here. Shrikar, open your mobile and search it on Google with why on question. Which one is fast? compiler or interpreter, and why? What is the reason? Search. Your answer is correct. Check. I am asking you to check, man. I am not saying that your answer is wrong or right. You just search it. Just write why also. If if it is saying compiler is fast, why? And let the answer speak. Because none of you have the why answer, right? Why Java is fast or why compiler is fast? Come here. No problem. Be frank here. Check the why reason also. Where is the why in this? You are not reading the why. I will tell you why also. Now read these 3 points. Or 2 points only, right? Okay. Read these 2 points. Second point. Compiler's runtime is longer. This is what you read just now, right? This is what you read? Please. It depends. Not the compiler is faster, not an interpreter is faster. It depends what you are doing through them. But Java people became very intelligent. They know that interpreter can work fast in some condition. So what they did, Java code is never compiled by the compiler. It is always using JIT compiler. The JIT is just in time. Complete Google knowledge. JIT is just in time. What is JIT? Just in time. So whatever you are doing, quickly it will compile that. And this is done by interpreter. Whatever you are writing, it will be compiled. So that is why Java is fast, because it uses JIT compiler. Okay. I will write some programming languages here. Let's say Java, JavaScript. You should have complete knowledge in your domain. Java, Python, JS, C, C++, C sharp. Out of which one is fastest? I don't say Java. Java is not fastest. These two will be at the top every time. Sometimes some magazine will say C is faster. Someone will say C++ is faster. So I am saying that first and second position are occupied by C and C++ only. Third position is occupied by C sharp. By the way, games, whatever video games you play, they are built using C sharp. Then Java comes on fourth position. Around 16th position, JS comes. Around 78th position, Python comes. In top 100 fast language. This is not data presented by Shivam. This is data presented by lot of firms by testing all the languages. C++ and C take only 1.6 second to count 1 billion. 1 to 1 billion. They will take only 1 second. Java takes around 4 seconds. It takes around 16 minutes. That's why Java is all-time favorite. Approaches. What we should answer in interview for that, why we choose Java. And you are asking this question to me. That why you choose Java. Very good. Ask it to yourself. Why I choose Java? I don't know. That's a smart right answer also. So there are basically three approaches of creating a Spring Boot application. First is start.spring.io website that we call as Spring Initializer website. Spring Initializer website. And spelling is like that only, ZR, not ZER. Spring Initializer website is the first approach. Second approach is STS. You know STS, Spring Tool Suite? Okay, no problem. Spring Initializer website, first is this. Second is Spring Tool Suite Wizard. Spring Tool Suite Wizard. STS IDE. It's completely like Eclipse only. And third one is using Maven. So if you were absent yesterday, you didn't understood yesterday's class. So this is what we are going to do. Creating Spring Boot application using Spring Initial. The website, and the website is start.spring.io. Yesterday same thing I given as a task also, right? Did it or not? Completed? It was running fine? No? Error? Running or not? Did you try it or not? I'm changing my question. Did you try it or not? No, then it will not run, right? For running it, you have to try it actually. You have to build the application. No problem. Today again I will show. We can use the website, and the website is start.spring.io to build a Spring Boot project. While building the project on the website, we can select dependencies, version, and other necessary things. And other necessary things. So let's start building it. Yesterday also I have given you the steps. Again I'm giving you. First is go to start.spring.io. So when you are going to spring.io, this is a interface that you will see there. This one. So let's go to the website. Start.spring.io. Official website of Spring Boot to create the application. In that you will see these kind of thing, discover all Spring project guide and what. You can see this. If you are not a person of light mode, you can change the mode to dark mode also. There is an option. Now let's start building a project. You will choose language as Java because you are a Java person. Project build tool, you have to select Maven. What is Maven? Why we use it? I will tell you in the forward topics. Like now only after this Maven is there. A Spring Boot version will be shown to you in this way. Snapshot, M3, snapshot. So choose the stable version which is not having any snapshot or M3, M4, M5. This is 3.4.4. When I was taking the class of last batch, it was 3.4.0. Within the course only we got 3.4.1, 3.4.2, 3.4.3 and 3.4.4. Until the end of your course, it will come at 3.5 also possible, or like 3.4.89 something like that will come. So version we are selecting as 3.4.4. After this project's metadata. By the way, what is metadata? Don't say data about data. Say something else about metadata. And don't say data about data. If you are saying data about data, give me an example loudly. Records. What records? Let's say RCB is having record of winning 17 IPL trophies in 17 years. Like that metadata. Huh? No problem. E साला कब नमते? Huh? So what is metadata? Context and information about other data. Kind of that I am not going deep into that. So group ID, here there are a lot of options. Group, artifact, name, description and package name. Let's say group ID. Group ID is actually your project name only along with its package name. Let's say group ID, I will keep something like this. Com dot first. Com dot first. This is my group ID. Group ID means whatever package name you will create in your Spring Boot will have this thing in the starting. Let's say you are building a package for students. Com dot first dot students. If we are building a package for employees, com dot first dot employee or emp. If you are building for Java, com dot first dot Java, com dot first dot Python. So whatever package name you will build will be having this group ID in the starting. All the package name will be having this group ID. Artifact is the name of project. Let's say first is the project name I am keeping. Name is also there and artifact is also there, right? When we are already having artifact, why we are having name section? This name part is for you and this artifact part is for Spring Boot. I will show you where it is written in Spring Boot. Description you can write if you want that this is a first project of Spring Boot created using Spring Initializer website. Package name. So com dot first will be my package name. Same like group ID. Packaging, jar and var. You can work with jar files and var files. Till now you will be working on jar files only, right? Like connector J is a jar file, right? So select jar Java version 21 or 24 you can select if you are using 24 or else select 21. After that, this is a section of add dependencies. In this dependencies, I will add a dependency of Spring Web. Now, you know, it is a module of Spring Boot. You are telling the project builder that I will use Spring with front end part. Spring Web is for front end, right? Right or wrong? Right? If you are adding one more dependency of Spring Data JPA, Data JPA means now you are trying to work with backend also. It's a live server. We do have Jetty, Undertow along with Tomcat. So this part is done. Now we will generate the project. Just click on generate and it is generated into the folder, that is download folder. Got it? Just extract it using any extractor. So project is extracted now. What we will do is we'll open IntelliJ or Eclipse IDE, anything you can open. As you are dealing with Eclipse, so I will go with that itself. But later on, I will take you to either STS or IntelliJ. Eclipse is never used in companies, so you should have knowledge of IntelliJ and STS. Now let's wait for until this will start.
झोला जमा है उठिया वो देखती रही है ये तो काम का है नहीं क्या जमने की तैयारी चुका है भलाई तो गए हां एक ठेका ये हो वाला एक ठेकी है हां ये वो तो नहीं लेकिन हमारे वहाँ कम से कम ये वाला है सूट के सारे
That's why I hate Eclipse. When you want it to work fast, it will go with the turtle speed.
लोकेशन हिट में इतनी मैसेज आ तू जम्मू आ जाती दिन भर डिलीट मार दे कुछ नहीं को नहीं खबर मिला था कुल एकदम ऊपर टांगे थे डिलीट मार दे अब बस जोड़ दी थी धर्मपुरा ग्रुप में अमन भाई बोल दिया ना कि तो क्या जोड़ दिए भाई उन्हें से मैसेज नहीं आवा का कुछ नहीं आवा
So okay, that is fine. Let's open the project that we have just. You know how to open a project from external source. So go to file, open project from file system, open the directory here and just go to downloads folder. This is the project that we have just now built first and finish it.
पापा के तो वहीं चिपक गए पापा का पता नहीं लागत कहाँ लिखा वो वहाँ मंदिर खा के तब वहाँ बैठे दरबार कर
First, here it is coming. Just in front of this project, you can see in bracket boot. It's a Spring Boot project. So what we will do, we will just open the first application main file, which is in the src main Java package, and we will start it as a Spring Boot app. And if your application is showing you the Spring logo at the starting, means it is running successfully. It is running successfully. Here it is giving you some logs as well, timings and all those things. At the last, you will see that Tomcat started on port 8080. So by default, it has started the port number 8080. It means that we can fetch port number 8080. So I will write localhost 8080. So at that port number, it is telling white label error page. What it is telling? White label error page. It means that no page is available. But if you check any other local host, let's say 5173, I will check here. For 5173 can't reach this page because 5173 is not an active port, but 8080 is running, but there is no page available here. There is no page available here. So what I will do, in the project only, I will tell you the project structure as well, folder structure. But before that, if you check it here, you will see something as src main resources. Just after Java, you will see something as src main resources. In the resources section, you will see something as static. You will see something as static. And then you will see something as templates. So do one thing. I will create one file inside this static folder. So what I will do, in static folder, right click and new and just file. You know how to create files? Right click on the folder, static, new and the file. File name I will write index.html. What file name? Index.html. I will write the boilerplate code of HTML, that is HTML head body. After head, it's a body part. Inside body, I'll write a heading, and heading is KKR has scored 60 runs in power play. Right? Huh? Are saying something? And the normal heading, you can write your name here. Yes, sir. I have writing correct only. Now what we will do, we will restart the application. For that, this is a point, you can stop it and restart the application again. Again, Tomcat started on localhost 8080. We will go and refresh the same page again. What we got here? And in which file we have written? Your Java or your Spring Boot is running your HTML file. I just created that file, nothing more interesting in that. If you are adding some more content inside this, let's say I will add a paragraph. In paragraph, I will write anything. Let's say this is Spring Boot class. Go and refresh. This is Spring Boot class. Got it here? Surprising? Yes, it is. A Java project is running web. That's what Spring Boot is. Now, if anyhow your Spring Boot is able to communicate with your database also, your database will communicate to your front end and everything is done. That's what we are going to learn here. But as of now, I will delete this index.html. I will not write it because I don't like it. So stop the server and I have deleted the file. Close the resources folder. You also do all of these things, right? Now in src main Java and the same package com.first, what I will do, I will create a new class. What I will do, I will create a new class. To this class, I will say that this is the home class. This is public class home, right? In this public class, what I will do is I will create a method, any method, like let's say string method. So I will create public string hello method. Now this is a string method. Are you know Java or not? Say yes. This is a string method, so it should return a string. return string, it should return. Write something here else. Let's say I will write today's weekend. What I am writing today is, but it is written as a Java code, right? It is written as a Java code or not? Yes, it is written as a Java code. I will add only two things here and it will become a HTML code. Let's see what I will add. Over the class, you know what are annotations? Annotations in Java. So what are annotations? Annotation. Normally I am asking what is annotation? What is annotation? Predefined class. To confirm that what we are doing. This time we are doing Spring Boot class and we don't need any annotation for that. Over the class, I will keep at the rate of symbol and here I will write REST controller. REST controller. And I will import the package of this. How you know how to import? Very good. So I have imported the package. Over the class, I have said REST controller. And over this method, I will say at the rate of get mapping. Get mapping. In get mapping, I will create brackets. In double quotes, I will write slash hello. What I have written? Slash hello. That's it. What I have done? Only two things. Two annotations I have written. Now go to your browser and just type refresh the session. Let's restart the application as well. Application is not started. So again, application is started on localhost 8080 here. After that, it is telling you something, initializing Spring Dispatcher Servlet. Last time it was not telling, by the way. Now what we will do is we'll go to application and refresh the session. Now on 8080, white label error page. But in Spring Boot, we have written something as slash hello. Add this slash hello there. Slash hello. Today's weekend. And what we got here? The string, the Java code that we were writing there. Right? Can we change port number? Yes, of course, we can change the port number. All these things I will teach you, right? Don't be into that panic mode. Of course, we can change the port number. For that, you have to go to src main resources and then application.properties. Inside that, write one line that is server.port equals to 8089, 8081. Close the server and I will restart it. Right now, if you check this time, Tomcat started on port 8081. Port number changed. If you are trying to check on 8080, refresh. Can't reach this page. If you are changing the port number to 8081, today is weekend. Generally, like, there is a time for teaching everything. Let me do it with my flow only. You can change it, but now here we'll go back to what we were discussing. On localhost 8080 slash hello, it is returning something. What it is returning? Today is weekend. The same string we are passing from there. Let's say this time I will pass a list. This time I will pass a list. In home.java, what I will do in this string method, At first I will change it to a list function, that public list hello. Now for doing the list we should have a class for it, right? We shall have a class. So what I will do in the first package only, I will see, this is just for the introduction part, this is not the real teaching. So don't be into the panic mode, how we are creating the class, what is this REST controller, what is this get mapping. Everything will be taught to you in a very flow, don't worry. Name, let's say this is a student class, right? To this student class, I will declare two private methods, private int id, private string name, right? As these methods are private, getters, setters and all those things, so what I will do, I will generate their constructor from superclass. Then we will generate constructor using fields. I hope you know all these things, and that at last getter setter methods, right? So all we have generated. Now I want to use the student class in home.java. I want to use student class in home.java file. So we have to create an object of it. And how to create object? Student s equals to new student. Like this we have to create object. And there is no problem in this. What if I am doing this thing in class instead of method? If I am creating the object in class, that is also fine, right? Fine or not? Okay. But that is how we are not going to create object here. There will be a different way. There will be a different way, not this way. I will convert this list to a list of type student. That this list is of student type. Okay? Getting or not, or bouncer, you just leave this thing. No problem. Otherwise you will get confusion. Here it is a string function only. String. And it is having, or it is returning today's weekend. Now let's say I am writing one int method, public int high, or anything. It's just like, now it should return a int value. Today is 22nd, so return 22. Now if I want to check this particular page, because here today's weekend is coming, right, every time. Let's say over this particular int I will say at the rate of get mapping, and here I will say slash high. What I will say? Slash high. Let's try to do it. Instead of hello, I will say slash high. White label error page. Generally, whenever you are creating another method, restart your application, right? So Spring application is started. Exactly, we are creating RESTful services in this program. What we are doing? We are creating RESTful services, or if you say, we are trying to connect the front end with Spring Boot. See, just see what code you are writing. The code you are writing is a Java code. This is a completely Java code. Classes and methods are there, but it is available on your browser. Or technically, we are just creating a Spring Boot application using different way. This is just, I told you a little bit about it, that you can create some methods like this and map them. This is the first way of creating Spring application. So after this, you can do this particular part. So first you go to this website, and second you just add the configuration, whatever is visible in the picture. Today I will give you this file, okay, so that you are not having any problem in this. So this is the configuration that you have to add in the file and then generate and just load it. Second method is of creating Spring Boot application by using STS plugin wizard, or that you can say by using STS plugin, or you can say that wizard in Eclipse or IntelliJ also, you can create it anywhere. How to add plugins? SB and MB means, Ravi Kumar, in which context you are asking SB and MB? If you are getting errors, port was already in use, so you are seeing this red dot, just click on this, it will stop the application, then you can restart the Tomcat. Okay, now in Eclipse we will create Spring application, right? Generally we will click on like file and new and we will create a project, right? Java project, it will show there only. For creating Spring Boot directly without going into any website, first you have to go to Windows and like help, and then you have to go to the Eclipse marketplace. Go to the help and Eclipse marketplace. Inside this you have to search something. So search here STS, if it is okay, Spring Tool. Wait, it's not loading. This one. So when you are searching Spring Tools, this part will come. Spring Tools aka Spring Tool Suite. So right, again I'm telling you how you have to do. You have to go to help and then Eclipse marketplace. Go there and you will see this search bar. In this search bar you search Spring Tool. Spring Tool. Search and this one will come, Spring Tools. Let me write it in the way. There are some steps. Go to Eclipse help section. Go to Eclipse help section and click on Eclipse marketplace. Second is search there for Spring Tools. So something like this pop-up will come for you. is another way of creating a Spring Boot project. Okay, something like this will come. After this, what you have to do, download the plugin and restart your IDE. IDE means Eclipse. What is the full form of IDE? IDLE? LE. Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So I have already downloaded this plugin. So it is already showing install. And after doing this particular part, your Spring will have a method for creating Spring Boot app. How? So click on File, then New, and you will see this Spring Starter project visible. You are seeing this? Spring is in your Eclipse. By default, it will not be there. You have to download the plugin. That is Spring Starter project. If it is not visible, you can go to others and search here Spring Starter project. So what you have to do, after restarting your IDE, click on file, click on file, then click on new and search for Spring Starter project. Spring Starter project. Need Spring knowledge to learn Spring Boot and microservices. Arey, we will give you Spring knowledge only. Don't worry. Now click on this Spring Starter project and it will give you the same interface like there only. Here you can select the name. So let's say name I will select as second. And type Maven Gradle Kotlin Gradle Groovy are there. Select Maven. Packaging as jar. Language Java. Java version 21. Group ID artifact version description package. Same is like they are coming, right? So package name I will write group ID com.second and same is my package name com.second. Right? Just click on next after that. What I will do? Just click on next after that. After clicking on next, new Spring Starter project dependency. What dependency we were adding last time? So search here Spring Web and you will get Spring Web. Select it, selected, then just click on finish. So no need to go to website and then download a zip file, then extract it. Here only you can do it. Shankar, match is going on? Huh? You're watching match there? Then why you came to class? You can have take rest today, right? Watch. Which is your favorite player? Rishabh Pant. Then why are you watching match today? Not watching. There's a camera over you, man. And you are visible here. So second project is created. Let's search second. Stop talking. Here. You can see the second project. And in the same way. SRC main Java, SRC main resources, test, JRE, Maven dependency and all. Open the com.second and just start as a Spring Boot app. Wicket. Ganesh, you are also watching match, right? They are saying W wicket. Sorry for what? Now It also started the Tomcat on 8080. Let's check it on 8080. New project and white label error page because there is no page here. What I will do, you can create a class or else you can create a, in static folder, you can create a new HTML file, index.html. Name it as index.html only. HTML boilerplate code. Body, inside body I will write h1. This is second Spring Boot project created by using STS plugin. Restart the application. Restarted. Now here go and refresh. Second project was not created by using website. It was created using STS plugin and it is working fine. Can we do all the same things like what we were doing yesterday? Today only. Inside this second package, I will create a new class. I will name it as home. I have to write my class as REST controller. Again, I am telling I am not teaching these controllers and all. I am just writing them. You can see. This is a complete topic. Public, static, not static actually. Public string hello function and it should return a string. So I will return second Spring Boot project. Over the method, I will write at the rate of get mapping. At the rate of get mapping. In the get mapping, I will write double quotes like in brackets slash hello or any name. Let's say you will be thinking why every time hello only. So let's say IPL, public string IPL, and here you can write anything. It is not like that, okay, method name only you have to write. You can write anything. Let's say here I will write slash show. Right? Now go back. Restart application. Method name can be anything. You just have to write a proper get mapping. And on 8080, if something is there, go to your browser. Index.html is still there. That's why it is visible. If you are typing slash show Spring second Spring Boot project. So these are the two ways of creating a Spring Boot project. After this, select all the necessary things and click on next. After clicking on next, add the dependency of Spring Web. Run your project and click on finish. After that, run your project. Got it? Two ways. This third way we will see in next class now. Because before that you should understand what is Maven, why we use it. Google Classroom is not created till now, so let me give you this file here itself. will share all. Wait, I will share. I will share all in Google Classroom. This is a file where I am telling you how to create project using two ways. Mail. You can go to this link and download the file for today's notes that we have done. Wait, I'll show you again. Do it fast so that I can close it. Okay, for online peoples, let me drop in the chat box. It will be helpful for them. Already shared in the chat. Sana, you can drop a mail to support@nareshari.com for the recording video. Or what error you are getting, better to post that error here so that I can resolve. Downloaded? Check if both the approaches are there in that file or not. This one is not 1. After T, this is L. Small l. Right? Could not find or load main class pack1.input in module project 1. This error generally comes when your other projects are running in the same with the same package name. Or else you can try one thing, you can use the STS plugin to create the app. Downloaded the file. Once check if two approaches are there in the file. Both are there. Can you also teach this kind of things, sir? Suleiman saying, what kind of things you are talking about, man? Like this web link. Array, what to teach in this? You are not noticing what I did. I just went to a website vtransfer.com and I uploaded a file and sent a link there. There's nothing to teach in this. You can just copy me. This is a website vtransfer in which you can share large files actually. Let's say you want to share a movie to your friend. WhatsApp will take a lot of time. Telegram will take a lot of time. Upload it on vtransfer. Within 1 minute you can upload and within 1 minute he can download. Just share this link. Okay? Got it, guys? Now enjoy the IPL and let me enjoy also. Fine, guys. We'll connect again on Monday. Have a nice time, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. And create the Spring Boot application using two methods. Both Spring website and STS. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.